Ja, det skulle ved at være et pænt stykke tid siden det her, ja. Men ja, jeg tror lige, at vi tager det, hvor vi bare følger fortællerens vejledning. Og så tror jeg stopper serien, fordi at, jeg tror ikke, jeg kommer til at spille det mere. Jeg gør bare lige det her for at afslutte serien. Hvis I er okay med det. Ja.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ja,
Stanley
det ved vi
decided
godt.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Så går vi over til the meeting room. I hate Mondays. I fucking hate them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yep. Det gjorde jeg.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Der er nogle sjove sites de her. What do people want? Things, money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things plus money. We have our new product. Hold da kæft, hvor awesome. Broom closet. Ja, der var det der broom closet igen.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, I did. Executive bathroom. Jo. Det var da et sjovt navn. Det er et badeværelse. Ingenting.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hvor? Nå, der. Der har vi den. Ej, hvor spændende. Lige hvor fanden jeg er. Har jeg en lommelygte? Det fik jeg ingenting ud af. Det vil bare være nede, hvis så finder ud af, at det her ikke er den, hvor man gør, som han siger, man skal. Det vil være virkelig surt. Det vil virkelig være surt, hvis det skete. Det vil jeg virkelig være pissed over.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, det ser meget flot ud, det her.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes. Hvis jeg gerne prøve at escape. I får sgu en double ending special den her
Although
gang.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nå, fuck det.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Nemlig. Det har du sgu ret i stemme. Splat. Det må gøre ondt. Okay. No.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farvel. Seriously.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? You would?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Okay, jeg er faktisk glad nok for, at jeg valgte den her ending. The Office. Awesome. Office computers. Oh, filing cabinet, sorry. Stanley parallel credits. Narrator. Kevin Brighting. Det var fedt. Så det her tror jeg faktisk er den rigtige ending. Maintenance room. You can't jump. Bedste trophy nogensinde, eller hvad? Nå, ja. What? The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to win. What? The point of the Stanley Parable HD remix is to lose. Green light. Okay, fedt. Så der er det faktisk en ny ending. How do I make... Okay. The lounge. An early version. Okay. The office. The apartment timer. Cargo lift. The cargo lift. Okay. Det her, det er sgu da awesome, mand. Jeg tror bare, vi siger... Ej, jeg tror stadigvæk, vi tager den der... Number one option. First choice, obey, staircase. Second option, first choice. Okay. Nu er der så mange endings, som jeg godt vil prøve, men jeg kommer nok aldrig nogen til at prøve dem. Sending model. This game is now paused. Begin the game again. Soon. Okay. Sending. Okay. Countdown desk. What? Nå, men jeg tror jeg går ud af det her.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh,
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Bang, så døde jeg sgu. Og så tror jeg, vi tager den rigtige ending. Ja. Hvad sker der helt præcis lige nu? Bare sort skærm eller what? Jeg tror lige, vi giver det 20 sekunder mere. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, jeg tror vi skal... Ja. Begynd spillet igen. Ja, og så tager vi den der, hvor vi bare følger alt, hvad han siger. Og jeg tror bare lige, vi går meget hurtigt igennem det. Ja, det ved vi godt.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ja, det ved jeg godt. Og så går vi til venstre.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ja. Skal vi herind, altså 2, 8, 4, 5, tror jeg det var.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly
I am
walked
the most
forward
expensive
into the
boss.
opened passageway.
Sewage, lilies, what? Oh, carte blanche, a Mont Blanc. Wait. Bang! Go on. Det her, tror jeg faktisk bliver en okay lang video. Men jeg ved det ikke. Jeg har meget dårlig tidsfornemmelse. Men vi får se. Vi får se, hvor lang den bliver.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nemlig. Gør jeg. Push the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Ja, det så vi ved
Did he
siden
have
af
the
de andre
strength
indeks
to
deroppe
find
fra.
out?
Yep, deroppe fra. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Huh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Jeg tror bare, jeg tænkte mig at trykke på en hel masse knapper. Ja, for det er sjovt at trykke på en hel masse knapper. Control disabled, okay. Hvad er der? Kan jeg ikke trykke på noget? Og hvad er det? Det var en dør. Det vil de nok gøre i forhånd. Det er da sjovt at trykke på alle knapperne. De lyser så skinnende. Jeg er så skinnende. Og der er den store knap, jeg skal trykke på til allersidst skal der på. Hvad er det her? Facility power. Hvad gør den store røde knap? Jeg vil lige tjekke, hvad fanden den gør. Og den kan jeg ikke engang trykke på. Så det kan sgu være lige meget. Så lige en sidste gang. For den er så sjov at høre på.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice? Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Åh, okay. Nå, men det var vel så det. Vi ses i Nightflicker om mennesker inden for så god dag. Hej. Okay, jeg skulle lige se hvad fanden der skete, hvis jeg trykkede over. Ja, jeg ville lige se det. Jeg kunne ikke lade være. Kunne ikke lade være. Og så kommer de normale rulletekster over.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
What?
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Og så slutter det vel. Jo, beat the game, jo. Nå, men det kan faktisk godt være efter den her video, at det er, jeg kommer tilbage til det, men det er ikke sikkert. Vi ses i Nightflicker om mennesker. Håber I kunne lide Let's Playen, og have en fortsat god dag. Hej.